What's up, guys? It's Lefty here, and we are talking NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. I'm going to break down all the different angles, cover some game theory and market analysis for all six matchups. What's interesting here is every game in this wildcard round is a rematch from the regular season. So, actually, some of these games will be the third meeting between these two teams this season. So we have some solid reference points and a lot of relatable data we can look back on and really zero in on all six games this week. But there's a catch, of course. The sports books also have this same data, which makes the betting lines extremely efficient, or in other words, extremely accurate. Makes it harder to find an edge in the playoffs. Of course, that's not going to stop us from trying. So enough wasting time. Let's get right into the first game of the week. We go up to the Northwest for this one. Seattle Seahawks at San Francisco 49ers. Got two QBs making their playoff debut in this one, but there is a ton of familiarity between these two teams. Pete Carroll and Kyle Shanahan have been facing off 2 times each season for what seems like forever. So neither team's really going to be surprised by anything. This is going to be the third meeting between these two teams this season. San Fran won the first 2 meetings pretty convincingly, combined margin 48-20. The first meeting back in September, I think we can kind of disregard it because it was a game where Trey Lance started and he got hurt in the first quarter. Then Jimmy G came in. So neither QB is likely to be a factor in this game here. The second meeting was just 4 weeks ago and is probably a more accurate comparison or reference point. It was the first road start for Brock Purdy. It was in Seattle on Thursday Night Football. San Fran were 3-point road favorites, which is a big difference in comparison to the spread for this wild card game of San Fran being minus 9.5. That's a 6.5 point adjustment. This increase from the last meeting to this game is, likely due in large part to the flip of home field advantage with this game being in San Fran. But more importantly, it's how well San Fran has been playing since that game. The big question here, I guess, is are the Niners so much better now than compared to a month ago to justify this big of a line change? I don't think Seattle, has changed that much or gotten that much worse, compared to a month ago. But the line moved from 3 now to 9.5 is basically odds makers saying San Fran has improved significantly since that last meeting. And I'm not really sure there is a, significant difference at the QB position. Brock Purdy's been solid. He's thrown for 2 or more touchdowns in 6 straight games, or basically every one of his starts, which is impressive for a guy who started the season as a third-string quarterback and is definitely performing above expectations. But, the Niners system also makes it very easy for the quarterback, especially like the mental aspect. Simple early down calls with just one read, a lot of short intermediate routes, swing passes, and bubble screens. San Fran's good at keeping Purdy out of obvious passing downs. They lead the league in turnover differential, which that alone is impressive. Whenever you have an inexperienced quarterback and you're winning the turnover margin, he's doing something right. And it also doesn't hurt that San Fran probably has the 3 best skill position players in the NFC on their team. But still, as far as the QB battle goes in this game, I think they're about even. Geno Smith, he set new franchise records this season. All these records previously held by Russell Wilson, pass attempts, completions, total yards, completion percentage. Geno Smith now owns those single-season franchise records, so he's definitely not no slouch there either. The big difference in this game, of course, is on the defensive side. Geno Smith really hasn't been good against top 10 defenses, and of course he's going to be facing the best defense in the league that ranks number 1 in most meaningful metrics, including what you see on the screen here, EPA, or expected points added, which I personally consider the single most accurate metric for weighing a team's performance. San Fran ranks number 1 in defensive EPA per play. Seattle's defense is ranked near the bottom third of the league in defensive EPA per play at number 23. But I actually think defensively, might sound crazy, like they're overachieving a little bit, at least from a talent perspective. If you look at who they have on their roster, it's really a bunch of no names. And their best defensive player, Jordan Brooks, who's like the third league leading tackler after week 16, he's out now with a torn ACL. So it's no question San Fran has a significant edge on the defensive side. But, of course, this is factored into the line. And if we look at the line, actually, it first opened San Fran -10. And even though San Fran has been receiving the majority of the action so far this week, the line has moved off 10 and is down to 9.5. Might not seem like a big deal, but it does show you which side might be receiving sharp action. And that's Seattle. And I kind of agree here. With the Seattle side in this game, it's not the most comfortable bet by any means, but I think +10 is just too many points for a playoff divisional matchup. This is a quadruple D spot, double-digit divisional dogs. These quad Ds are 8-2 against the spread this season, and I've personally cashed on probably about 6 of them this season. But on the flip side, playoff double-digit favorites are 11-0 since 2012. So we got a conflict in trends there. But technically, as of now, really, it's not even a double-digit spot with the line at 9.5. But I think the familiarity between these two teams combined with like the conservative style from San Fran is going to keep this one within single digits. This is going to be Purdy's first time playing a team twice. So I think he kind of regresses a little here. I'm expecting more of a run-heavy game plan for both teams, especially early on in the game. Now, normally I don't like betting underdogs unless I think they actually have a chance to win outright. And I'm not so sure Seattle can win this one outright. San Fran, unless San Fran plays like an awful game and Purdy has 3 turnovers or something. But really, I don't need Seattle to win outright to get the money. I just need them to keep it close and maybe get some big plays from Seattle's offense. The 149er weakness on defense, if there is any, is defending the explosive plays. They've allowed 6 passes over 50 yards or more. That's tied for the most in the NFL and more than they've had allowed in the past 2 years combined. So offensively, there is some hope. Defensively for Seattle, I think they can hang tough. San Fran has been pretty predictable on offense with Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. I think they play slow and methodical. The first half under has been a strong trend in this series between these two teams, and I bet under 21 as an official best bet in the Betting Network Discord, along with Seattle +10. I also, before I started recording this, I did bet George Kittle over 41.5 receiving yards. Think he has a day for himself. Seattle's allowed the second most receiving yards to opposing tight ends this season. So I do have some action on this game. Be sure to check out the other 5 wildcard game breakdowns on my channel and find out who I like. You can find the links to every game in the description below this video, along with links to my social media and invite link to the Betting Network Discord community, which is where I post betting lessons and all types of educational content, and of course the bets I'm making in all sports. But any questions, leave a comment. I'm good at responding. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Till then, good luck with all your bets, and as always, may all the refs' calls and all the loose balls go your way.